movement, and that's a big story. It's an achievement for a manufacturer to create a new movement. It took us 3 years initially, and then we took 4 years actually to do it, because every time we worked on this movement, we thought we could actually enhance it and bring it to the next level. So we bring a new movement called the Caliber 36. We put it in our product line called Senator Excellence. That's how proud we are of this movement. It's an automatic movement that provides 100 hours of power reserve, and that has a lifeline that is perfect on the 6th position of the chronometry. And so it's an excellent achievement. We're quite proud of it. We've been able to bring it to a finishing level also, which is very, very high. So much so that at the end we thought, you know, since it is such a great watch, we are going to certify this watch individually for every customer. We're providing a customer with a certificate giving him or her the measurements of the performance of that very watch within the package. It's being very well perceived. It's very well perceived. What we're not saying it's a chronometer. It is just an automatic watch. But we're testing it as though it was a chronometer. We're testing it actually even a little bit beyond the German chronometer standards. German chronometer standards test in 5 positions, we test in 6 positions. The 6th position being the most modern position now is fall asleep at your test. It actually is the 6th position to test it. We test it after 24 hours, after 48 hours, after 72 hours. We also test the full length beyond the 100 hours. We test for water, we test all sorts of different things. So, and we're very proud, and we think people like the idea that they will be able to gather their own watch's personal information, partly on the certificate. But since we want to keep the certificate legible and understandable for a layman like me, right? And we have kept the treasure of all the other data on the website, and you can log on your watch ID without even having to register yourself. If you want to, you can, but you don't have to. You log on the website, and then it provides you with the full life information of that watch. I think that's another milestone for us. It's very high-end, top quality, top finishing, and elegant beauty. We have a classical elegant styles, and we have a few more creative styles. The typical mission that we assign ourselves when we develop a watch is to have as much as complications necessary inside, and to have it as easily managed and easily read and easily usable on the outside. So it's really, that's how you recognize us. You recognize a German watch that is a sleek look from the outside, and that has lots of complications inside. Primarily connoisseurs. Actually, we cannot produce enough, so we can only produce for the connoisseurs because we don't have that big. Our manufactory is a small manufactory, and it's word of mouth that makes it. The way to go about it is usually the gentleman or the lady is interested in us, curious, learns about it on magazines or on websites and so on, and then calls in for a visit. We receive 7,000 requests for visits every year, and we arrange 1,500 of them on a complete VIP visit where you do a manufactory tour. We also have a museum which has recreated the whole history of the 170 years of the manufactory. We also have a school. We have our own school where we teach our own students, and you do all of this visit. You also go to Dresden, and we also have a dial manufactory in Pforzheim, so you have lots of things to see. And that's how people then, you know, when they come there, they experience this, they see this, and they just, you know, are flabbergasted by the quality and by the attention, the care that our workers put into it. I think, as you will see on my pin here, we have 2 Gs. One taking into account the 170 years of the past, and the other one turned towards the future. We're lucky that a lot of our employees are young people, because it's the generation after generations that was taught by the parents and the grandparents to stick around and to learn this craft. So we're well shaped for the future, but it is all a sort of a taking from the past and continuing to be challenged by the innovation and wanting to go further. It's an alternative to Swiss watch industry. I mean, the Swiss watch industry is a big industry. Okay? We're only a small German alternative to it. We're proud that we can race in that race, and that we're welcome in that race. You're asking very nicely a very smart question. Yes, we are not a very well-known brand. We're not a very well-known brand because we can only produce that many watches. So we tend to talk to those people that we know will relay our message and that appreciate us. And by the time we've sold to them, we have no production left. So yes, we do not advertise in two big channels. You know, putting a billboard on Times Square for me would just take away all the sales turnover of a year, and it would be talking to 100 million people, and I wouldn't be able to address those anyway. So our communication message is quite a targeted, specific communication message, primarily through journalists, through bloggers, through websites. But there we are quite known, and we are respected, I think. We're appreciated at least. We do not suffer, thank God, the Swiss franc problem. You know, the Swiss franc last year appreciated such that it is a little bit of a challenge for the Swiss watch industry. We are okay, but we're not growing dramatically because we can only grow as fast as we can bring people in. Even although we have a school, even although we have apprenticeship, it takes 6 years for an employee, be it a watchmaker or a mechanics or a tool maker or all the others, to actually be able to participate fully into this production. So our growth speed is completely determined by our ability to train the right people inside. So we're unaffected, if I may say so, by the economy. I think the British customer are very knowledgeable of the watch industry. They have had their own watchmakers. One who passed away not so long ago was a very nice gentleman. So I think they're quite attuned, they're well aware. I don't know that we have done our part yet, or our share yet, to let them understand better or fully the German watch. But as soon as we will be able to do this, because the British watch industry was also a little bit of an alternative to the gigantic Swiss watch industry, I think they'll give us a chance. Whether they like us from a style standpoint is yet unclear. We are not creating a specific style for a region. You know, we are creating our German watches, and we are careful to stick to that because that's what our customers like.